Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on the Ironman Profile. In today's video, we're going to be hopping back and forth between the alpha server and the main because we have a lot of things that we can actually do to prepare for the brand new backyard bio and fishing outpost update. This might be one of the last clips I make in front of the current fishing outpost, so gonna be sad to see this one go, but the new build honestly does kind of beat it in every single way, so not gonna miss it too much. It means new content, new updates, and that is pretty exciting to me. So there's a lot of things we need to do today. If you're excited for all that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But without further ado, let me show you guys how to prepare for the brand new update. Super quickly though, if you do find yourself checking out on the Hypixel store for the brand new Ocean Dive fire sale tomorrow, I highly recommend using my career code on checkout. It is code Zach, spelled just like my name, ZACH. If you type that in, you'll actually save 5% on your purchase. It's a great way to support myself and the channel, and you save some money when picking up some cool in-game cosmetics. This one is going to go quick. Make sure you have your Skyblock gems ready. This is like the first really good blue dye that we've gotten from a fire sale. I'm really excited. I'm going to try and buy as many of these as I can. But yeah, make sure you're on at noon tomorrow and you have a bunch of gems loaded up using code Zach so you can actually pick up some. But yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. So in case you've been living under a rock and haven't been paying attention to any Hypixel Skyblock news for the last little while, there's a brand new update on the alpha server. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, I highly recommend checking it out. It's a brief overview of kind of everything going on, I guess you could say, or a little summary of some of the things you can expect in the brand new update and the backyard bayou brand new island, which is very exciting. But there's actually quite a few things that you can already do on the main server to help yourself prepare for this update, whether that means preparing yourself for possible Skyblock XP or your setup. There's actually a lot of things I want to get done today on the main server to try and help prepare for this update. So first and foremost, there's tons of new items. And when I say tons, I mean like an actual ton. If we do /Centauri really quickly, if I can spell on the alpha server, under featured update items, this isn't even all the new items added. Some of these are just items that can be used for crafts for other items. And there's already a lot of things to look at here, a lot of which can actually be given to the museum, which is a good way to get some Skyblock XP. So I want to hop over onto the main server and kind of work my way through a list of quite a few brand new items that I want to get prepared for. First and foremost, if we do recipe umbrella, I can spell recipe we can see there's a brand new item called the umbrella. Now this thing is a brand new deployable, similar to like an overflux or an SOS flare. Basically you place it down and the orb lasts for 300 seconds, buffing up to 5 players within 30 blocks, and it grants 5 trophy fish chance. So it's going to be really good for trophy fishing if you don't have that done yet. But to craft it, it requires 6 refined umber and 2 sticks. So I have some umber to go ahead and forge up. But besides just that, a lot of rods that are currently in the game are no longer going to be in the game and have been turned into different items. So for example, if I grab out like a phantom rod and a shredder really quickly, if we talk to the rod mechanic and I put a phantom rod in here, well, first off, you can already see the text on it saying this rod is broken and cannot be used to fish. If I put this in here, it actually offers me a challenging rod in return. But if you see that item on it, the Phantom Hook, which increases the chance to catch spooky sea creatures by 100%, it gives you a brand new hook. And then also for the shredder, it gives you the shredded line, which grants 250 damage. And basically a bunch of old rods that were in the game, even auger, for example, turns into the icy sinker. But there's other ways to get that one. I'll talk you guys through that one very shortly. But yeah, a bunch of the old rods no longer exist, but they still turn into something. So I want to collect one of all the rods that are changing so that I'm prepared and can get all the brand new items that can be donated to the museum. So let's hop back on the main server. We have quite a few things to gather today. Okay, it's time to get crafting. There's quite a few we need to go through. So first and foremost, an ice rod. This becomes the icy sinker, I want to say, or icy line, icy hook, something, one of the three, but icy something increases the chance to catch winter sea creatures. Then, as I just showed you guys on the alpha server, we need a shredder, we need a phantom rod. Those are also disappearing. I'm sure there's going to be new ways, by the way, to get the new items. Like, you won't need these old rods to get them, but you can turn the old rods into those things, and because they are something I literally can't do anything with at the moment anyways, I'm going to save them for that. But then if we do recipe rod, if you've had a chance to hop on the alpha server, there's a fraction of the amount of craftable rods. In fact, it ends about here. So there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rods in this menu that will not exist after the update. One of which I know is the auger rod, but we have a icy rod to replace it with, so that is all good. Then we have the sponge rod. The sponge rod is gone in the update, so let's craft one of those things. 3 sponge and 2 string. Don't mind if I do. Shiny rod will still be there. These 3 will all still be there. Auger rod will not, as I said. Farmer's rod will not exist anymore. This turns into something as well, so let's craft that. Prismarine rod will be gone. Let's craft one of those. Speedster rod. I have a screenshot of both of them. Speedster rod does not exist in the update, so I'm going to craft one of those too, just in case I need it. And then does challenging rod exist? Challenging rod does not exist, or it's not craftable. Am I tripping? I'm looking at the screenshot I have. Yeah, I do not see the challenging rod in there. What do you need for this? 8 stacks of lily pad. I mean, I suppose I can craft one just in case, right? Like I may as well, but let me go buy a fishing rod to actually craft one with. I don't know if it actually turns into anything, but the recipe is most definitely not there. So let's go recipe rod, challenging rod. Where did it go? Why did it reorganize? Challenging rod. There it is. So yeah, let's craft one of these, I suppose. But yeah, I do not see that on the screenshot I have for the alpha. So we have all these. Let me go and slap these into a backpack page, just like so. So that's 8 rods. Let me double check to see if there's any other ones I'm missing. Maybe it's like an item I'm just forgetting about. But right now, I have these 8. And also, let me check on the alpha server if challenging rod actually turns into anything. So the challenging rod will not be craftable anymore, but I definitely didn't need to craft one. You can buy it here for a fishing rod and 16 rusty coins, as well as a lot of the rods that you actually trade in do give you a challenging rod in return. I just traded in a phantom rod and got this, as well as the phantom hook. So yeah, not something you're gonna have to fully worry about. But I think those are all the rods I need to prepare. I'm waiting to get a message from someone to make sure I haven't missed any, but I can kind of go through and check them off my head. Like, this is phantom rod. This thing is craftable on the server. This is also a new craft. Then if we go into lines, this is a new craft. Speedy line. I know shredded line is the shredder, obviously. Recipe speedy, though. Let's see. You can't craft it. Is it in this menu, speedy line? It is. Okay, so we know it's in there. Okay, good. So that's all of the hooks and lines account for it. Now, there's a lot of sinkers. So this one is obviously brand new. You get it in the update. Prismarine sinker, this is from Prismarine rod. The icy sinker, this is from ice rods or auger rods, yeti rods, you name it. Festive sinker grants a small chance to catch gifts during the season of Jerry. How do you craft that? Is that a craft or is that a rod I'm missing? That appears to be a rod I'm missing. Okay, so I need to track down how to get the festive sinker. Sponge sinker is the sponge rod. Stingy sinker, this is a item you can actually buy from the shop. The hotspot sinker is craftable. The chum sinker, right, we need the chum rod. And then, yeah, the stingy sinker is right here in the shop. Okay, so we need the chum rod, and then we need to figure out how to get the festive sinker. So let me hop on the main and figure that out. Okay, so the winter rod is actually how you get the festive sinker. So luckily, I do have one of these in the museum. Let me grab that out really quickly. Should be under the weapons category. I'm not sure exactly where I just took it out from, but this is here. So we do have that, which is really good. Now we need the chum rod. Also, I don't know if it's on alpha, but the farmer's rod should turn into the oasis hook. But I didn't see it on alpha, so not too sure. And then speedster rod turns into the speedy line, as well as being able to buy it from the shop. And then challenging rod I didn't have to craft, so I can kind of put that down in the corner. But it is going to decrease in the rarity, so kind of a legacy item, if you will. Does this thing go in the museum? Do I already have it? You can't donate this item to the section rarities, maybe? Okay, I have a challenging rod in there for the time being, I guess. I also have a bunch of these other rods that I'm now realizing I could have just grabbed from here. I probably have every single rod in the game in here. I do have a chum rod, so let me grab that thing out as well. And I'm pretty sure if it's in the museum, because a lot of these are actually going to disappear in the museum. Like, they won't be a thing that can be donated anymore. Like, they're going to be their new version. You should get them returned to you at Jerry. If you're worried about losing any of them, you can actually just take them out of the museum now. But yeah, you should just be able to find them at your Jerry. But this should be all 9, because I have a list of the rods that are going to disappear. The auger rod, yeti rod, which both give icy sinker, and so does the ice rod. Then we have the winter rod, which turns into the festive sinker. We have the farmer's rod, which should turn into the oasis hook. We have the speedster rod, which turns into the speedy line. We have that one there. The chum rod turns into the chum sinker. The sponge rod turns into the sponge sinker. I already talked about Ice Rod. Prismarine Rod should turn into the Prismarine Sinker. Shredder should turn into the Shredded Line. And then Phantom Rod should turn into the Phantom Hook. And that should be all the rods disappearing in the update that turn into new items that are all also donatable to the museum. So yeah, make sure you have all those if you don't already. Yeah, that way you can kind of have a head start on the update. Okay, so I've been mining Umber, trying to get ready for this new umbrella deployable that can also go in the museum. I have 3 refined Umber that actually finished in here, so I think I have 4 tucked aside now. Oh, didn't mean to put the skeleton key away. Let's put those away. So that's 4. Then I want to put 5 and 6, and if I have any extra, I will need to get that forging. Because if I want to craft another skeleton key, I'm going to need it. Have a little bit of tungsten as well. How close am I to another mithril plate? I actually have enough. Let's grab that, this, and do I need refined titanium? I always forget what I need for a mithril plate, but let's go ahead and start one of those. I do. Beautiful. That's chugging away. Okay, cool. We're in a good spot. I still have a skeleton key, though, so I kind of want to get that done for today as well. Other than that, though, other things to obviously prepare. If you aren't a high enough fishing level, like there's a level 47 or fishing 47 sea creature, highly recommend making sure that your fishing level is up to there if you can. If not, there's still a bunch of early game fishing content. That is the main point of the update. So don't you worry, there will be tons of things for you to catch and kind of grind out for bestiaries and that type of thing. But other than that, I mean, if you don't have a Rod of the Sea, highly recommend getting one. You're basically going to need this for a ton of the update. Also recommend a Hellfire if you plan on doing, obviously, some of the other stuff. And then, obviously, trying to make sure you have perfect aquamarines on whatever fishing set you're rocking. If you don't have Magma Lord, maybe go for that. If you don't have Bobbin Times, highly recommend going for those because Bobbin Time is going to get so much more tedious to craft. Currently, Bobbin Time requires a Winter Water Orb, Shark Water Orb, Spooky Water Orb, and a Lava Water Orb. It's now also, on top of that, going to require a Bayou Water Orb and a Hotspot Water Orb. So there's 2 new ones being added to the recipe, which directly means 2 more water orbs per craft, basically, which is all these tedious things and Emperor Skulls. But if you have a bunch of those, it doesn't really matter too much, but those are things I would just recommend. I mean, obviously, just make sure you have a good fishing setup. The best you can get for the update. It's going to be a lot of fishing. Okay, we finally have a Vanguard. My goodness, this one actually took a while to find, I'm going to be honest, but that's just how it is sometimes. I do have my skeleton key. Let me make sure I put on my Glaciite Golem. Holding on my drill. Give us the goods. We're looking for a metallic mini. We're looking for a locket. And those are about it. That's about it. I'm going to be honest. So let's see. Come on, give me the goods. Boom. Minus 5 mil. 5 Umber keys, a tungsten key. That's kind of insane. Yeah, I mean, not terrible. I've had worse. 160 fine aquamarine though is kind of insane. That's basically a flawless, right? Yeah, not awful. It is what it is. On to the next one. So that kind of brings us to now. I think we're in a good spot for the update. Other things you can have prepared. There's some crafts that need like enchanted clay blocks, poison samples, stuff like that. All of which are drops though from some of the new sea creatures. So it's not the end of the world if you don't prepare on those. Like I'm not out here killing slimes to try and get poison samples. There's a sea creature that has a decently high chance of dropping them, or same with enchanted clay blocks, those type of things. But if you want to be fully prepared, you can hop on the alpha server and look at every single recipe and make sure that you actually have all that stuff set aside. But I'm not going to go that crazy. I just wanted to have all the old rods kind of saved up so that I was in a good spot for those. And then obviously the thing that is actually a little bit of a time gate for me on Ironman is the refined Umber. So happy to have all those finished up as well. Just going to continue mining now basically until the update. We have until Tuesday. There's scheduled maintenance for March 18th at 8 a.m. EDT. So make sure you are prepared for that. They said it should take about 4 hours, but yeah, and obviously no official confirmation on that being the update, but I would be incredibly shocked if it didn't drop right after that maintenance. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that on Tuesday. Can't wait to see you guys all in the Backyard Bayou. But until then, obviously, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future updates or any content regarding the Backyard Bayou. You can bet that I will be grinding it out quite a bit, trying to max out all those new bestiaries, crafts, accessory upgrades. There's going to be a lot to do. It should be a lot of fun. And then not to mention, don't forget to use code Zach if you find yourself checking on the Hypixel store tomorrow for that brand new Ocean Dive fire sale. But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace out.